بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Welcome everyone to the room, and inshallah ta'ala, before I start the program, I would like to have with you an advice, inshallah, because this matter seems to be quite serious, with serious consequences. It revolves around these relations established online between some brothers and sisters, and it goes on for marriage, and there are a lot of problems with that, and the consequences are really very, very negative on people's lives, to the extent that many of these marriages are occurring without guardian, without wali, and there is a lot of ignorance as to the conditions of marriage and so forth, and that they discover this only afterwards. I mean, it doesn't take like that long that they discover that such relations were quite wrong in terms of their initiation and in terms of the consequences. We can talk about so many of these stories occurring. You find sisters traveling across the borders, going to other countries, even across the Atlantic, in order to meet this inspiring quote-unquote person online, and then getting married without guardian or knowing anything about it. He even assigns, in many of these stories, he assigns a guardian for her without even she knowing. While she is in another country, he conducts the marriage, and then she discovers that he is already married. Many stories I'm been handling on some of the sites, email address, and also on the other email address, stories that are miserable in terms of the consequences, with children even involved. Lack of responsibility on both parties, but also especially on the male, where after he attains his objective, many of them disappear and go away. And I was planning to talk about it, and in fact, and I found today a PM asking about these matters, subhanallah. So therefore, people should be very careful about these relations, and most of them either break up, and those that sustain for a little bit, and those who extend somehow, extend and have a child or two, and then afterwards they break. And they find after it, they start asking, well, we didn't have a wali, we didn't have a guardian, and are these children legal? Is this marriage considered legal? And it is, on the other hand, so sad to see that many of the sisters ask for khulu' from this person, not knowing that there was no marriage in the first place, because there was no wali. So this is the advice I have for brothers and sisters, and particularly towards the sisters. And I said this many times, that sisters who think that through these online or these chat rooms, this would be a way for them to get married. This is not the right path to take, as you have heard from the terrible consequences of these relations, in terms even of their initiation and the results. There are other sound alternatives, and we talked about this many times. And in this room, I urge you, if anyone initiates any kind of bothering by PMs, don't open, don't fall easily into the trap, and please also report any of such bothering that may take place.